Perhaps the most famous whale since Free Willy, Migaloo, may have been spotted off the coast of the North Island. Have a look. Migaloo, incredibly rare white humpback, usually cruising through the Australian waters, hasn't had a confirmed sighting since 2020. Is this Migaloo? Vanessa Pirotta is Australian wildlife scientist with us this morning. Vanessa, good morning.
Good morning. This is so exciting for everyone who wants to see Migaloo the white whale.
Yeah, is it Migaloo?
Well, that's the million-dollar question. I just don't know. The reason I say that is because for at least 5 years, we have not had a really good likely sighting of what is one of the world's most famous white whales, Migaloo, which is an all-white humpback whale usually found on the east coast population of Australia. But as you can see there in the Cook Strait, and that's a photo by Dr Nadine Gibbs, he has been known to frequent the New Zealand waters and then at some time swim through the waters and then cross the Dutch over to Australia, and then we see him. But we haven't seen him for 5 years, and so this sighting by Georgia Phelps is very promising, and that's why we are urging any Kiwis, if you see a white whale, to snap a photo or a video of it and let us know as scientists so we can document his behaviour and also potentially if this is him.
Vanessa, how many are there? Like, what are the chances of it not being him?
Oh, well, it may be him or it may not be, but there's not many white whales out there. So we know that there was at least 2 white whale calves born in the Kingdom of Tonga last year. And then there's a white whale known as Willow who's kicking around, or swimming around rather, north in the Northern Hemisphere. And then there's potentially another one in South America. So the answer to that is not many. And the good thing is, because they're white, the average person, citizen scientist, non-scientist, can spot them. So that's why we want to see if there's any other sightings of this amazing animal on the New Zealand coast.
Vanessa, why has no one tagged it yet?
Well, we'd love to tag if this is Migaloo, but finding a whale, be it a white whale, in a population where there's a lot of whales and you're essentially looking for an animal the size of a school bus in a really big ocean. So it's not an easy thing. And often when Migaloo is seen, he's seen for a brief amount of time and then gone. So if you were to do science and you wanted to tag Migaloo, you'd need your logistics in place years in ahead and to work out, when he's going to pop up. You just never know.
It's crazy looking at his skin. What is the deal with, why?
That's a really great question. Well, he's most likely albino, and albino means that he's lacking pigmentation. So he's just a regular humpback whale. It just looks different because his melanin, I can't pronounce that word, doesn't really show through like it does on you and me. And so because he is so white, I've seen him once off Australia, and it's like an iceberg moving through the water. And that's why people will note if they see a white whale. And that's why these images are just so promising, because this is an animal that is seen eye level almost. You can see some of its mouth, its rostrum. It's really white. It's very indicative of what is Migaloo, but also the dorsal fin, and liaising with other people from the White Whale Research Centre here in Australia who have seen him multiple times are looking at all this information and piecing it together. And so that's why another sighting would be so wonderful in the whale world, given that this is one of the most famous whales out there. And noting, if you do see him, which we know through genetic testing, please keep your distance. We love whales, but make sure you keep your distance at least 100 metres from a whale. We're in this case extending that out a bit more for this white whale.
With the hole in the ozone layer, does he have to worry about sunburn?
You know what? Whales and dolphins can get sunburned.
Really?
They actually can. And perhaps for Migaloo, his appearance may cause him to be more vulnerable to that. But also maybe predators can see him a lot easier. So there's all these other things we'd love to learn about. What is it like being a white whale? Does it increase your chances of reproduction or does it not? There's all these amazing questions, but yeah, they can definitely get sunburn. And that's why, as we know in New Zealand, strandings, because it is a bit of a stranding hotspot, may see whales come onto the land, or at least pilot whales in huge numbers. And one of the reasons that they face not doing so well is because they can become sunburnt, but also the weight of their bodies on land. They've never felt their own weight. So, there's a number of different risks these animals can face, sunburn being one of them.
Fascinating.